it's such a pleasure and honor to be at this forum where we are inaugurating the launch of Little Guru, not only in Hungary, but across different countries, as we have participants from all different continents on this call. So first of all, thank you very much to the ambassador for setting a wonderful slate for understanding of Sanskrit language and why Sanskrit language is so essential and different nuances of the language. Thank you very much to Dr. Frology, as you mentioned that without knowing you, some of your quotations have been inspiration for us while we've been working on this journey of creating a Little Guru app. Thank you very much to all the participants. Swamiji, I spoke to you and all other participants. Thank you. Thank you all to our team for having created this app. Now I will very quickly say a few points and then we'll go into the presentation and show how the app works. I believe that it's such an important day today. Sanskrit is a language which has been there way before us and it will outlast all of us. But I think this is a very important day today. Not only about Sanskrit, but how Sanskrit is learned and how Sanskrit will be taught in future. I think we are trying to bring a different way in which Sanskrit will be learned and taught, perhaps by the next generation. So I think by creating this initiative, Tanujaji, I think it's a wonderful day here. Hopefully, we will all remember this day, in times to come. Everybody has spoken about, how Sanskrit is such a wonderful language. I will just add a few words. Sanskrit, of course, gives us very good structural thinking and allows us to think in a very organized way. It improves our speech. But at the same time, it's also a very beautiful language to listen to. When I speak to, when I have children speaking Sanskrit and when somebody's singing a shloka, they just love it. It's so beautiful language, the words, the sentences. And I think we also have to appreciate that aspect of Sanskrit to bring the new generation into it. Of course, Sanskrit also has a lot of connections with technology, with mathematics, with science, as Dr. Frawley mentioned and the ambassador mentioned, and also important for new generation, because when we say that Sanskrit could be a language of future and you could potentially code in Sanskrit, they want to know, they don't want to miss out. So yes, I would like to know that aspect as well. And once they get associated with that, obviously the whole association with Sanskrit, all the mysteries of Sanskrit will start opening up. So having said that, now let me quickly show a very brief presentation about the app, about Little Guru, and then do a demonstration. So let me just share my screen briefly. So, so please do let me know if my screen is visible. Anybody?
Yes, it is visible.
Okay, thank you, Tanujaji. So very briefly on that, we call it Jagataha Sarva Prathamam, world's first gamified Sanskrit learning app. And very briefly on why people, want to learn Sanskrit. A lot of Indians and non-resident Indians are keen to learn about their own civilization, especially people who are staying overseas. They want their kids to understand this. A lot of people want to read Vedas, Bhagavad Gita, Ramayana in original. Like Dr. Frawley mentioned, there are a lot of translations, but sometimes the meaning is very different and people want to really go to the source and want to understand it. There are people overseas across the world who really want to understand India, what makes India work, what makes India function, and they really believe that Sanskrit is the way to understanding the depth of Indian civilization. There's a new generation which wants to understand science, computers, mathematics, and the association, and that also brings a certain demand for Sanskrit. So very briefly, we were saying that has this demand been met? So some sort of estimate suggests that perhaps 2 million people can speak Sanskrit in some form. But over 50 to 100 million people want to learn Sanskrit. So definitely there is a demand there. So what is happening? We see that technology has so far shied away from Sanskrit. Google doesn't have a Sanskrit translator. There's no real proper online Sanskrit dictionary, though of course a few Amar Koshas are coming now. And there is no AI-based, artificial intelligence-based, technology-driven app which can customize the Sanskrit learning for you. So that's where we introduce Little Guru. So who is Little Guru? Now, little guru is our friend. Little guru is our guide. Little guru, of course, is our teacher. And there's a little guru in all of us. So the idea is that little guru will guide us along the way, along the journey, when we are learning Sanskrit and discovering the mysteries of the language. So what does little guru do? He gives us a path to learn. He plays with us and makes learning fun. He motivates us when we are tired of learning. He challenges us when we think we already know a lot. And he rewards us when we perform extraordinary tasks. So we want to know, why do we need a gamified app to learn Sanskrit? So there are a few reasons given there, but briefly, as you mentioned, that attention span, is a difficulty with this generation. And eventually Sanskrit helps you increase the attention span. But how do we get them there? So gamification also increases the attention span. So if we can gamify this, involve the younger generation to spend more time on it, eventually that will increase the attention span, which will help in increasing more attention to Sanskrit and eventually increasing more attention span. So to teach, we have to engage. All of us know that, and gamification helps us to engage. Krida has always been an ingredient of learning, even from Gurukul days and even in modern schools now. So why not use games to make people learn? And then, as a noble person said, that let there be no restriction. Every possible method we use to promote and teach what is good and noble. So why not gamification? So we all know that it helps in community learning. Machine learning can personalize. It's very friendly to use, and we can use it at our convenience. So hence, we believe that a gamified app is required now to bring Sanskrit to new generation and also help the current users practice a lot more. So these are a few things about the app. Now we will actually shift to the live demo of the app. We will show how the app appears. But before we do that, I just wanted to put this code there. So this was done before, as I said, we had put this several months back when we were making this. That Sanskrit has been the most influential language in the world history. And it's a language of higher consciousness with its secrets yet to be fathomed by Dr. Froll. So having said that, now I'll quickly move to, let's say, our website. So here is the website, which is a combination of the modern technologies as well as trying to give it a little bit of a traditional feel. We have Sanskrit, you can play as a guest. It tells you why should we learn Sanskrit, how we take the language approach, rather than sort of an exam approach. So first we should listen, we should be able to speak. Before that we can understand, and then we get down to read, write, and translate. As we know that in Sanskrit, ucharan, pronunciation, the sound has a huge impact. So listening and speaking and understanding is an important part. Sanskrit communities across the world, we definitely are already in 45 countries. We'd like to go to every country, where the launch is happening. There are different things that we have with Little Guru, the paths to learn, the games and awards, the memberships that we can get. So here is like a path to learn. And somebody was asking me, oh, can I become a Sanskrit scholar in 2021? And my answer was, yes, you can go at your own pace. If you like to study every day, 30 minutes, perhaps you would finish all our levels, in this year. And if you want to go at your pace, you want to spend 15 minutes a week, please do that. Learn slowly, become comfortable with it, and find your own path. So we have different levels in the app. The initial level 0 is Jigyasa. And this is essentially for people who are not that familiar with Devanagari script. Right? So get people familiarized with the script and also with some sounds, easy words. And then we go to level 1, which is Pravesha. People enter the language and start learning about words, rhymes, sentences, shlokas. And as the ambassador said, please go through this and give us lots of feedback. We've made our attempts to create this with the help of our Sanskrit scholars, but we know that the language is so vast that so much can be improved. So please go through it and tell us, what can be done better in overall Sanskrit context and in the context of your country, your students, your language. Then, of course, we go to level 2, which is Unayaha. We go to Upantyaha and Chaturaha. And this is not all, because after level 4s, we will get down to level 5 and 6, where we'll have specialized courses on Sanskrit and technology, Sanskrit with yoga, Sanskrit in dance. I have this favorite example of Odissi dancers were saying sometime that, we learn dancing, but all the shlokas are in Sanskrit, which we don't understand. So just imagine if we learn the language and we understand how better our dancing can become. So Sanskrit with music, we'll have all those specialized courses. And we'll again have the help and support of all the scholars who are present here to help us formulate those courses. So now let me take us briefly into the learning. Tadaji, my screen is visible for the learning?
Yes, yes.
All right. So here we have different chapters. We can just browse through it. We can look at different chapters that we have. So maybe we can look at some of the chapters, level 0, and see how it is. Let's say consonants introduction. So here, this is for, as I said, level 0 for people who are trying to understand Devanagari. So here's a GIF which actually shows the letter the. There's an audio which speaks the. There is a word starting with letter the, then tuh. It shows in Roman transliteration, so people who don't understand can still understand the word. Here also is the Roman transliteration, and there's a meaning of the word. And also there's an audio. So we can go to another word. Here is the letter is G. Gajaha.
Ga. Gajaha.
Right. Okay. And the GIF actually helps people also to understand how the letter is made. Okay, so I will go back. So like this, we can go through consonants, we can go through vowels. So let's look at a few other chapters now. Okay. We say learn the vowels. So here it's a drag and drop format. We actually make the word for desire, which is ichha, and we'll be adding audio here as well. And we can drag it here. And again, people who try to understand from the Roman transliteration can do that as well. So let me just do it differently. Let me just do it as if the answer is incorrect. So I'll say check. So it tells me, let's go to the next question. Then we go to the next question, and so on. Then we can pick another chapter. We can say, find the vowels. So here is the audio. We can have this.
Li. E. R.
Right. So I submit R. So that's the right answer. We can move to the next question. That's R.
R.
Spoken differently.
A.
So let me say A. So it tells me that the answer was incorrect. So now I have two choices. One is to do it again, and second is move to the next question. The idea is to make the person try again till you get it right. So you're given about 3 options, and you get it right. Okay, so let's go to maybe another level. Just quickly see a few more chapters. We go to level 1. Level 1, we can look at, let's say, words with pictures. So here is a word, there are pictures, and there's a Sanskrit meaning. Idea is again here still in level 1 to make it easy. So people can make out the answer from the picture, it's fine, but still they will get the Sanskrit meaning. So like that. Then we can go to different, we can look at different set of pictures. So there are so many different formats, which we already have there are multiple formats. We have about 40 odd different formats. We have already launched about 15 of them, and we'll be creating another 25 more formats to make it really fun and interesting. for people. Similarly, we go to, there are level 2 chapters, slightly more advanced. We have awares, definable particles, sandhis. Here we start getting to a little more serious Sanskrit teaching. Vibhakti start coming in, the right words start coming in, and so on and so forth. So, so we can try a few more. Let's say make a sentence. So when do you sleep? So we can try. Kada Jati. Okay, so if it's right. So next question is, so we will just put any answers just to see even if it could be a wrong answer. So we submit, so we play it again. So we can just click it back, very easy. On the app, we can do that and then find the right answer. Okay. So, so while we are doing this, we also see that there's analytics there. So here comes the technology now. So we have the analytics here where we are seeing for all the which chapter. We can go back and see which questions are answered, what's the progress chapter wise, how many sessions, questions you covered in the session, how many right, how many were wrong. And then we can go back to the questions. So this is showing, of course, the history of we've been doing this. That what was the right one? If I got it wrong first time, what was the right one? And it gives you repetition again. We can play that again and learn again. So this analytics can be done by the student themselves or with their parents or with their teachers to track actual performance. So we have the usage here. Can change the levels, right, in case we've done any chapters in that. So the new count will come for what we've done in this month, chapter progress, question codes. So we can track the performance as well, right? These are the ones which we were checking just a little while back. So plenty of interesting happenings. Also, there will be badges. Once we complete a chapter, people like to have rewards. Little Guru definitely gives us reward. We will have a badge at the completion of every chapter. We'll have a certificate at the completion of every level. And all digital. And then we'll have several other prizes for people who really done well. They'll get, subscriptions and various other prizes. And of course, at the end of the whole course, there would be a larger certificate. And hopefully this will be a precursor for people to go into very advanced Sanskrit learning. So this was a brief demo of this. I will also quickly just show a few more practical things about the app before we go into this. Here is a QR code. So Tanuja, if my QR code screen is visible, all the participants, they can just put their mobile phones in front of the QR code, and you will have the Little Guru. You click on a tab which opens, and you'll have the Little Guru app opening on your mobile. This would be the website, but of course you can, we'll give you the links for the Android and the iOS app as well. So please try that. And you can actually register now. You can actually register now, and you can subscribe now. So the level 1 and level 2, few questions every day are free. So people who want to just play as a guest are welcome to do that, because we want everybody to get access to Sanskrit. They can use every day the app, learn a few questions, learn a few chapters every day. And if we register, then we can get access to level 2 as well. And to get the whole access to the whole course, there is a subscription. It's a very, very basic nominal fee, as ICCR had mentioned that it should be accessible to everyone. So it will be just fee would be in the range of $1 or $2 for a month, and so on, and to access the whole account. And I think our Hungarian embassy has made arrangements to make this access to um, Sanskrit scholars who are here, so that you can all use the app. We will make it accessible to you, all of you, of course. Please use the app, give us the feedback, and then also share possibly with your students, who can benefit from this app. And also, whenever there's an opportunity, we also keep presenting Little Guru on social media, a lot of learnings on social media. Please visit there and give us your comment there as well. Here is a QR discount code, which is from the ICCR. Tanujaji, this can be used by people who are participating and all people in Hungary. And this would allow everyone to get a very special price on usage of this. So please do take a note of this code. If you're already registering and subscribing, please use this code. Of course, we've talked about the website, and we also have a video, a 1-minute brief video. I will quickly show that to you, and how we would promote this to the children.
Namaskaraha. Mam Nam Little Guru. I spoke in Sanskrit, but I'm sure it wasn't too hard to understand. The Sanskrit language is part of a rich Indian culture, a language that is 5,000 years old. Ever thought of learning Sanskrit, but didn't do so as learning a new language could be quite cumbersome and boring, considering traditional methods of learning? Forget about these books here. You don't have to read them to learn Sanskrit. Well, I'm here to replace the usual language learning style with one that is more fun and easier. Taking the edutainment route via gamification, learning the Sanskrit language is now engaging and motivating. It not only helps develop language skills faster, but also boosts your retention ability. Every milestone you reach awaits rewards for you. Enjoy and enhance your learning experience by interacting with the Sanskrit community across the globe. Get a customized learning path, and I'll guide you across various levels. How is all of this possible? The world's first gamified Sanskrit learning app is ready for you. Download and subscribe to the Little Guru app today.
Okay, that was a short video. We also have an ebook which we've written about Little Guru, and on different features and how we bring different levels of Sanskrit to you, and who is it for? We believe that it is for everybody, any part of the world and any age group. I was asked this question, that from what age can we learn it? I say, actually, my youngest son is 6 years old and my oldest daughter was 15. Of course, all of them are learning it, but also a lot of my friends, my seniors who are 50 to 70 years are also learning from this. So I say that there is no limit to the age uh, at which you can use this app, and of course, no limit for learning the language. So anybody from 5 years to any age, can learn this. And as we said, we have different levels. We can start at level 0, we can start at level 2, we can start at level 3, we can start at level 1, and then go with your own path, create your own path to learn. And the ebook would actually tell us about all of that. So please do share your email IDs with the embassy or in the chat box, and we will just send this book link to you, so all of you can go through it. So before we conclude the demonstration and the presentation, so I have a favorite shloka. I will just read that. So we say, Karmana manasa vacha yad bhikshanam nishevate tad avapaharatenam tasmat kalyanam acharet, which essentially says that from our mind, from our speech, and from our actions, whatever we think about and whatever we do, we get attracted towards that. And that is why we always must think about the things through our mind, through our speech, through action, the things that we want to achieve, the things that we like. And here is about learning of Sanskrit language. So with Manasa Vacha Karmana, here we dedicate Little Guru app to the learning of Sanskrit language. And thank you very much again to all the listeners. It's been an honor and a pleasure. Namaskar.